So the Shubman Gill situation, as far as the Indian team is concerned, continues to get a little bit more troublesome. The news, unfortunately, continues to get worse, and what we're also getting to hear now is that he could miss the entirety of the first test. So you would remember that we had informed you guys that Gill had, in fact, picked up a neck sprain, and or it was a neck spasm rather, and the neck spasm had led to him actually being ruled out of he'd retired hurt, and he had to be under medical care of the BCCI. And now we've of course also broken the story to you that he had to be rushed to the hospital. Well, we've got further details on that, and it doesn't make for good reading when it comes to Shubman. So what we're getting to know is that he may be ruled out of the first test due to the neck injury. He had of course left the field after scoring just 4 runs, and he had suffered, according to sources, an acute neck sprain when he was trying to go for a sweep. And he was firstly, of course, undergoing treatment in the dressing room wearing a neck collar, but he was not feeling well after the match and was then unable to move his neck. And that's why he was feeling very uneasy, and that's why he needs to be under observation. And what we're also getting to know is that there'll be some medical examinations conducted for potential further treatments. Now, what this tells you is that, of course, Gill is most likely not going to be playing any further part in this particular test match. It's very, very unlikely that he's going to be playing this game, but it also puts his participation in the second test in some doubt as well. Because remember, there's not much of a turnaround really from this test to the second and final test of the series, which is going to be taking place in Barsapara. There's not much of a turnover there, so it seems very unlikely that he will be fit and fine for that particular test match. I think it'll need a minor miracle, considering what it is that he is going through in after this particular match. And of course, that's just the nature of the beast. It's unfortunate because it wasn't some major blow he copped or some awkward fall. He went for a sweep shot and then ended up feeling his neck spasming, and that is what led to him actually having to be hospitalized. We posted that photo. It's there in a video which we have done on this channel, that he has in fact been he was taken to the hospital on a stretcher, and due to that he was of course unable to take any further part in the days. It seems likely that he's not going to be taking part in this test and potentially this series too. So that is the breaking news update. Not a good one for the Indian captain and the Indian team in general. It is unfortunate, despite some of you saying that he could have done with some rest. Yes, I do agree that he could have potentially been rested, and I mean, his workload over the past few months has been massive, but I don't think this would have been the way that I would have wanted it to happen. The last thing you need is players getting injured, and sadly, that is exactly what has happened in this case. So that's the breaking news update. For those of you just joining us, Gill is set to potentially miss the entirety of the first test. He had to be taken to the hospital. He's feeling plenty of discomfort. That's the breaking news update. Thank you guys so much for joining us as always. If you enjoyed our work, don't forget, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon. Follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such videos from the world of sport.